Hello everyone. Perhaps today, we will no longer see the bright smiles of Jack and Tu Tien, for a cruel truth has arrived. The miracle everyone had been waiting for, never came. Before them now is only the pain of unbearable loss, a wound carved deep in their souls that time can hardly heal. Let us listen to this story, to feel the tears and the hidden strength behind such a tragedy. The hospital at midnight was bathed in the pale blue glow of neon lights. The hallway stretched endlessly, silent, except for the hurried footsteps of doctors and the metallic rattle of a stretcher rolling past. In the emergency room, Jack collapsed onto a cold iron chair, his trembling hands clasped together. His eyes were bloodshot, fighting back tears. Beyond the closed door lay Tu Tien, where life and death hung by a single breath. And that fragile breath was tied to the little life inside her womb. And then, the nightmare Jack feared most became reality. Their unborn child could not be saved. The doctor's dry, hollow words struck like a blade, cutting through Jack's heart. He sat frozen, while his mother, a woman who had weathered storms but never such a pain, could only hold her son, comforting him in despair. Inside the sterile white room, Tu Tien opened her eyes and stared silently at the ceiling. Tears slid down her cheeks, soaking her pillow. She did not scream, she did not wail, but in her "It's my fault. I couldn't protect the baby." The sentence echoed endlessly in her mind, like a sorrowful song without end. She recalled every tender moment of her pregnancy, from the 2 red lines on the test strip to Jack's warm hands resting on her belly, feeling life grow within. All of it now shattered into memory. Each time Jack's gaze met hers, Tu Tien turned away, suffocated by guilt. If only I had been more careful. If only I had been stronger. Would our baby still be here? The torment gnawed at her, second by second, turning the hospital room into a cold, suffocating cage. Jack didn't know how to soothe the wound in his wife's heart. He could only hold her trembling hand, his own soul burning with helplessness. He had once dreamed of the day he could cradle his child, and with Tu Tien, decorate a tiny room in soft blue, hanging toys filled with laughter. That dream was gone. At night, he escaped into the hallway, sitting alone, gulping water to swallow back his sobs. But tears still fell. He knew he had to be strong, for her, for their family. Yet the pain of losing a child was something no man could bear easily. During those dark days, Jack's mother was always there. She quietly prepared bowls of porridge, brought cartons of milk, wiped the sweat from her daughter-in-law's brow. She never blamed, never complained. She only whispered, "Everything will pass. You must live, you must rise." It was her quiet strength that helped Jack stand up again, little by little. He knew that if he collapsed, Tu Tien would sink deeper into despair. And he realized that his love could not remain only a promise, it had to become the strongest support of her life. Time passed. Tu Tien's physical wounds began to heal, but her soul continued to bleed. Until one day, the police arrived at the hospital with a revelation that shook them all. The accident had not been random. According to testimony and investigation, 2 men on a motorbike had deliberately targeted Jack. In that split second between life and death, Tu Tien did not hesitate. She shoved Jack out of harm's way, taking the full force of the collision herself. This truth left Jack speechless. The woman he loved had sacrificed not only for him, but also lost their child because of him. When the police finished, Tu Tien stayed silent. She did not deny, she did not explain. She only turned her tear-filled eyes toward Jack, trembling softly. In them, he saw everything: love, sacrifice, and an unspeakable pain. Jack knelt beside her bed, clutching her frail hand. His voice broke. Why did you choose that way?" Tu Tien gave a faint, tearful smile. "Because I couldn't lose you. I'd rather bear it all alone, as long as you're still here." At that moment, Jack understood, her love for him had crossed every limit. And he swore to himself that for the rest of his life, he would never let her suffer again. This story is not just a song of sorrow, it is a hymn of love. Love that is not merely romantic words, but sacrifice. The courage to carry pain, so that the one you love may live. Tu Tien lost her child, but she saved Jack. For her, that was the only choice in that fateful instant. And Jack, no matter how deep his grief, became the unshakable shoulder for her to lean on. With his mother's unwavering care, love and family intertwined, creating a strength more powerful than any miracle. That night, in the quiet room bathed in silver moonlight, Jack and Tu Tien sat together. She choked out. "I wish I could have protected our baby." Jack gripped her hand tightly, his eyes resolute. "You protected me. And to me, that's everything." Those words were not just comfort, but a testament of eternal love. They had lost a life, but their love remained unbroken, stronger than ever. Time would heal their wounds, but the memory of that loss would forever remain. The story does not end in tears. It ends with the image of two people holding hands, walking out of the hospital into the light of dawn. They know that miracles do not always come. But sometimes, just having each other is already a miracle.